Oh, there we go.
Oh,
We are
are we
live.
live?
We are, and your face all up in the camera.
Yeah, we're live. We're not dead, even though we've been gone a long time.
I'll say they might think we died.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever y'all
We
do, do not judge the background. Hold on, let me actually clean up the background.
okay. I'll turn that off. Yeah, that's better. That was now I'm dark.
Yeah. That's a different angle than I've seen in his room.
Yeah, and I'm only making it look pretty for the people that are going to be watching. I really don't give a shit what my room looks like. I just got home, okay? So I didn't say it up. I didn't say it up. But what do you think of the burnt orange with the red walls?
Everything looks pink.
Pink?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I mean, if your lights were brighter, we could distinguish. But right now, it's just all kind of gauzy and pink and red.
It's like what the actual Adams family house looked like during recording.
Yes,
I'm
everything was like pink, which is weird.
Oh.
Picto pink, I think.
Cheers, kids.
Cheers.
This,
Miss
by
me.
the way, bro, is the whiskey sour.
You kill it with the fucking egg white.
You are out of your mind.
No, the egg white is what actually makes it look good. See that froth right there, and it balances everything out.
It looks like if you get sick off of too many of those, that's not a good time.
No,
No,
it would not be.
You're gonna be fucking throwing up meringue.
and it's so good. It is. It is flavorful.
I hate
what it is.
meringue.
It is flavorful.
Meringue is not my thing. I don't like meringue.
But have you had 7-minute icing?
I don't think so.
That's literally meringue, and it's the best thing in the world. But it doesn't taste like meringue.
Send me a recipe. 7
Okay.
minutes. It sounds familiar, but I don't. I'm not. I don't know. It sounds like some shit my grandmother would have made.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit that our grandmothers made, ambrosia salad, so good.
Oh, that's a depression meal.
Yeah, don't.
Is it? And that shit you say is a depression meal. I say that shit was a luxury. Okay.
I mean, to them in the depression, it was a luxury because it was a sweet. But
Ambrosia,
I don't like coconut like that.
Oh
ambrosia,
no, we
bread
can't have.
pudding, bread balls with gravy. That's all depression.
Yeah, but they're so good.
I
Well,
don't think I've ever had bread pudding.
I don't think I've ever had bread pudding or bread balls.
I've had the bread balls.
Are we talking hush puppies or something different?
No, it's literally the ends of bread.
Yes, I have. I've had hush
Oh.
puppies, and I'm not a fan of hush puppies.
You don't like hush puppies? The fuck? How do you not?
I mean, to be fair, the last time I had them was like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, you need to try them again because it's the perfect addition to any seafood meal.
My mom makes them with sometimes she'll make them with tomatoes in them.
Yeah, like a fritter, kind of.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, they're good. I love a hush puppy. I like to dip my hush puppies in ketchup.
Mhm. See, I like a more sweeter hush puppy.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom, she likes some.
The strict cornbread,
Yeah.
onion. Yeah,
She don't like corn nuggets because of that too.
yeah. Well, I get that. I. We had gumbo. We've had gumbo 2 days in a row, and it would have been good with gumbo, having hush puppies. Except, yeah, gumbo's good. Look, our Publix just started selling the Louisiana brand, etouffee and gumbo mix and shrimp stuff and all that stuff. Like, never carried it until now, and I've been ordering all that stuff off Amazon because the last place I saw it, which you can get it at the French Quarter in the market, but other than the French Quarter, I've never seen it in a store. So when I saw it, I stocked up because it's $1.97 a pack, and you get gumbo anytime you want.
We get gumbo mix at Rural King.
Oh yeah, okay. We don't have that shit up here.
Rural,
there is you said Rural King, right?
Rural King, yeah.
Yeah, there's one in North Carolina. That's the only other one I know of. They have good deals.
Hmm. Especially on the cases of water.
Really?
It's like $1 something per 24 pack.
So I have an issue. I'm trying
Is
to
that
activate this
Smartwater?
up here, but I don't have a key.
You said
Look
you
at that face.
um
She went, shut up.
No, nah, I don't have a key card to get up there to activate the thing. Hold on. South Trench. Up, somebody's already up there.
And I can't find it. Dang.
Maybe bad timing. Maybe bad timing for the
no,
video.
he was supposed to be off at 7, and he got off, or he was stopped, and then got right back on because Arc Raiders is addictive.
Oh, you gotta beat his ass. You'd be like, I told you 7 o'clock.
All right, Medea.
I mean, seriously, he knew.
She's looking at me like I'm gonna do that exactly.
But how? So we don't even have anybody in here right now. Do you want to go ahead and start?
Who are
Yeah.
you talking to?
You, everybody.
Well, Roro, do you want to kick off with a hub and a saint? I figured
Oh,
maybe for the month we could do Saint Valentine if you know about him.
See, I don't know too much about Saint Valentine because he's not really a saint that I find interest in. Because I feel like he's just over commercialized anyway.
Well,
Like his, I,
I have like the world's tiniest bit of information on him, which is
Mhm.
that he was a martyr, which the Christians love their martyrs. Um, he what I know about him is that he basically made it possible secretly to have like he wedded young couples, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's what he was known for. Bringing love to the younger generations, allowing the young to be married, which I looked into it, and from what I've discovered, young as in like young adults, like 18s, early 20s, stuff like that. Legal, hopefully. What was legal back then? I'm scared. Mm,
Oh, yeah. That's a whole different topic on that part.
yeah, yeah. But so that's what I know of anyway. I'm pretty sure. I think depending on what story you hear, there was more than one Saint Valentine, but I don't know. I don't know how eligible that is.
Yeah, it's like Saint Nick.
Oh no, stop it! I love Saint Nick. What are you talking about? See that that is something I've always like. If I were to ever have kids, I've had this conversation with myself where like, do I teach them Santa? You know what I mean? From a pagan mindset and a pagan point of view. And then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I work with saints, and the origins of Santa Claus is Saint Nick. You know what I mean? And the spirit of giving and yada yada. So I've deemed myself like if I were to ever have kids, I would do the Santa thing because it's the giving, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that centers around all of the fucking cold fucking holiday. That is Yule, that is Christmas, that is whatever the fuck you can think of during this time. That it's the giving, you know what I mean? So to keep that spirit alive, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
There's always, Befana.
Oh, la bufana. It is me, la bufana. She says that like every fucking time she is seen in that show. You ever seen that show?
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
Um, you ever see the movies The Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
Yeah. Oh well, I
Yeah.
saw the first one.
So there's a show with that, and that
Yeah.
features La Bufana. You know who La Bufana is?
No,
You don't know who La Bufana is?
no.
Oh my god! So, so La Bufana is basically, if you will, the Christmas witch. So La Bufana literally means the witch or the hag. Okay, and La Bufana, she saw the star of I don't know Jesus. I don't know. I'm
North
not
Star.
Christian. That sure he knows. And when it fell or whatever, and then the men, the men with the gifts, who are they?
Three
Wise men,
wise
three
men,
wise men,
Them, those guys,
the three magi.
them.
three
So
musketeers.
they knocked on La Bufana's door and was like, La Bufana, you're gonna come with us to see the baby Jesus. And La Bufana was like, no, I'm too busy cleaning. So she hurried the men away, and she's cleaning, and then I don't know, something dawned on her. I don't know. I don't look up these stories on y'all own times. But something dawned on her, and she was like, "Okay, I want to go see the baby Jesus." So by the time she goes and to find the baby Jesus, that star is gone. So the legend of La Bufana is that she takes her broom and she flies and she visits all the little children looking for the baby Jesus. And as she is going and visiting all these houses, she leaves behind gifts for all the children, the little bambinos.
Mhm.
Sounds suspicious considering our climate today, but okay.
She's the only one that won't find Jesus.
But did she find him? Did she? Did
No,
she? No.
yeah,
Not
no. Technically, if you want to say it, like she's still searching. You know what I mean? She'll always be searching. Like he said, she'll never technically find Jesus.
no. Which is
Which
funny.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a little knock to witches not finding Jesus, but whatever.
I mean, considering the source material in this day and age, probably. I
Mm.
don't trust nothing no more. Everything's a lie.
Everything's a lie, she said. Everything. A lie. Well, girl, I was listening to a podcast about Mandela effects, and I'm just everything is a lie.
Everything is a lie. I heard something today about Macaulay Culkin. I was like, the fuck? Because, sometimes I'll be like, damn, I thought they died way back when. And normally I'm wrong. No, it's just my head thinks that everybody's dead. And this time I was like, it was something about because somebody on TikTok was like, I remember when Macaulay died and passed away from a drug overdose, blah 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 blah. And I was like, that one ain't never died. I remember that one ain't never died. He looked like he was about to die because he was in Cracktown, but he cleaned himself up. That one ain't never tried to die yet. So
No, I was gonna say no. I love McKellar because he's a good story. Like from a child actor that went through hell and back, that to undergo the drugs that he went through and the bad times that he went through because of fame in Hollywood and all that, just to come out on the other end braver and he looks so good. Like I'm
yeah.
he's got a beautiful kid with an actress that is way out of his league no matter what. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna die on that hill.
Brenda Song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Brenda. She's
She's
gorgeous.
funny.
She's always been gorgeous.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's funny. And you know what? They've been together a hot minute now. So
A hot minute. Like they are like the it couple. It's just damn.
well, what was she? She's on Nickelodeon or something else.
Disney.
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 So
Mhm.
she's been through now with everything we know in this world today. She's been through some shit too. So they probably got bonding rights. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what the look like because okay, for example, this is
It's
so
now.
not the topic for the video, but for example, we know for facts what went down with Nickelodeon.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know how deep it goes with Disney.
It's
Eh,
deep.
Is it deep? Because I always assumed Disney
Tunnel.
was a little better than Nickelodeon. I'm not saying by
Mm.
much.
Actually, they're worse.
They're worse.
It's worse. It's worse than Nickelodeon. It's worse.
That's so
Both bad. I
stupid.
mean, I don't know what kind of scale we're using anymore to bad to worse, but like it's worse
I
and it's
mean,
bad.
either way, yeah, no. If which makes sense too because of the fame that like Disney literally owns half of the world while
Every
Nickelodeon owns like a network.
Hmm.
Like
yeah.
Nickelodeon ain't shit anymore, and I mean good because of again what transpired.
I mean, and so much. We I feel like it's like an onion set out to wither. It's just peeling, and we're finding all this rotten shit underneath all
Yep.
these layers of bullshit. It's
Yep.
crazy. But
So
but the next topic has nothing to do with that.
no, what topic should we
That was
bring?
just the pre warm up.
We didn't even tell Ro what the hell the topic was. We just hopped up on this bitch.
Yeah.
Well,
The one back there is ready.
Lupa, Lupa.
Okay. So we're gonna talk as the title suggests, I think. No, I'm kidding. Lupercalia and stabbing dolls. And effigies, puppets, doll babies, we're gonna talk a bit on that. We're gonna talk about the origins of Lupercalia, of Valentine's Day, considering we're in the lovey-dovey month, even though Lupercalia really got nothing to do with love, and more so with sex.
Fertility. Let's go with that.
I like sex.
I mean, fertility is what comes from the
I
same.
mean, right, but sex.
Sure. Okay. Sex.
The pagans loved their sex. The Romans loved their
Well, it was
orgies.
a stressful time.
It
Sleep.
was because people were being hand fed grapes, okay,
No, those
fanning themselves with
everybody.
olive leaves,
Not
like
everybody was
or
being.
palm leaves, whatever the fuck.
The high ups were. The peasant holding the fucking leaf wasn't.
That peasant had a smile on his face in the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork you find in the brothel.
Agree to disagree on how happy that
Next
dude
to the the penis with
was.
wings.
I mean, a flying penis. Who doesn't like that?
I mean, lesbians. I don't know. Uh,
Lesbians, right? Let's be honest.
Well,
lesbian.
penises have to grow wings. Lesbians, you kind of have their own.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so technically, it's a detachable. Y'all are too young for detachable penis. Okay, no.
I
No.
hope the crowd is 18 and older.
And
Well,
if you're
it's a
not,
crowd
what you
of
doing
one,
here?
so
Huh?
it'll be fine. Who?
Would you say April?
It's a crowd of one, so we'll be fine.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful.
It better be bougie. Where's he at?
I don't know. He hasn't tagged in
I
yet.
don't know, but to be honest, we haven't been the best at announcing we're going on. We just kind of hop on this
We gave him a
motherfucker.
solid 30-minute warning tonight. 20
Honestly, I don't see bougie active until like 12 o'clock my time. So
Oh,
California different.
Yeah, that's true. That's facts.
Leave
Right.
him in the honorable mentions.
I haven't even seen him like pop up as a. If anybody wants to text me the minute I find something to do. I haven't seen him
No,
pop up on any of my stuff. Oh, nice.
no, so good.
Pace yourself. Okay, so you want to open because I didn't know anything about the Lupercalia. I can't say
Luca Boo.
I can't say that.
Lupercalia?
The chupacabra.
The chupacabra. I knew none about it till last night when he was telling me about it. So I don't know nothing about nothing squared.
Okay, bro, you know anything about Lupercalia?
I remember it being like what is it? It's a Roman festival, and they fucking have orgies. You know,
Yeah.
Basically, it's an orgy fest. It
I
lasted
mean,
3 days. It began on the night of February 13th, ended on February 15th.
And then the world was full
So,
of Scorpios 9 months later.
what happened?
I said the world will be full of Scorpios 9 months
No,
later.
literally,
yeah.
literally. So now, does anyone remember in school? Cress, we already had this conversation, but Ro, do you remember being taught in school the origin stories of Rome and the legend of Romulus and Remus
About the she wolf.
about the she-wolf Lupa?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those who don't know, I'm gonna give a quick synopsis on the legend of Romulus and Remus, right? So Romulus and Remus were the twin boys born of the Roman god Mars and a mortal woman. And the king at the time had ordered the boys to be killed. So they took the boys, like you do back in these days. You take the boys, put them in a basket, and send their asses down Tiber River in hopes they'll die, right?
Hmm.
So the basket washed ashore, and the boys were discovered by the she wolf Lupa. Okay, now Lupa had nursed the boys until they were found by a shepherd and his wife, which raised the twins, and they until they attained a great age. They joined forces together as twin brothers do, and decided to overthrow the king. Okay, so they went back, basically got their revenge. Said, "This is what we think of you." Okay. So after they killed the king, Romulus and Remus wanted to build their newfound city on Tiber River, where they were found by Lupa, the she-wolf. Okay. Now the boys, however, were not agreeing on the specific location where this new city should be built. So what do you do when you have a quarrel with someone? You exactly, you kill them. You end their life. So Ro, me and you have a disagreement. That's okay, because I'm just gonna kill you. Okay, and that's
Well, not
that.
if I kill you first.
I mean, I guess we'll see who going to go down. Because twin brothers don't mean that relationship don't mean jack when we can't figure out where the
Which is,
city is
it's
going.
so crazy because the one brother kills the other. That sounds so familiar with Cain and Abel.
Hello, look, look. It wasn't just the holidays the Christians stole. Okay, let's be real. So, with that said, after Romulus kills his brother Remus, he decides to settle down on one of the high seven mountains. I think it was the Palestine Hill, if I'm correct. Um, and that is where he decided to build his city, in which he had named Rome, and he lived there happily as king until he died. And that is the origin stories and the pagan stories on on how Rome came to be. Now, Lupercalia is a celebration, a 3-day feast that is taking place in the middle of February that honors the she-wolf Lupa and their god Faunus. Now, Faunus, for those who don't know, think of him as the Greek Pan, the English Hern, I think the Celtic Chrononos. He's basically their horned god. So this holiday was to celebrate Faunus, so there would be sacrifices of goats in the cave. I forget what the cave was called. There's a name for a specific cave where this would all be taking place, and I'm pretty sure it was like Lupa's cave. You know what I mean? So there would be a sacrifice of a dog and goats because of Faunus and Lupa, the she wolf, and in honor of these deities, and that is when the priests of Rome, whatever the hell, I think they were called Lupercais. They would take the blood of these animals, anoint their heads, and then take the raw skins of the animals and basically make whips out of them. And they would go around the town and the city whipping the women. Okay, now that sounds a little harsh, but these women wanted these whippings. Okay, because and mind you, just so you know, everybody's butt naked. In case you didn't know that, everybody got schlong swaining. Okay, titties dancing. Okay, so and now getting whipped would promote fertility, sexuality. It would ease childbirth, all the good things that people want and needed. And that is basically Lupercalia.
Can't say
Nice.
like. Go ahead, bro. Take it away.
Oh. Don't know where to take it.
I'm just saying, like some of that I can sort of get, but with easing you through childbirth, I
It
think.
depends on how hard were they getting whipped.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you whip
Well,
me hard enough to forget I'm giving birth, then yeah, I guess that would work.
well, it's not during childbirth. It's like it's like,
It's the
getting whipped
prelude.
would bring good luck. You know what I mean? So being whipped would also ease childbirth. It would bring on fertility. It's not like people are getting whipped actually mid childbirth. You know
That
what I
actually
mean?
makes more sense than the other way to me.
No, definitely not. We
It's
no.
like I'm like,
Be like, hey, Martha's giving birth. All
Yeah,
right, I'm
no, yeah,
bringing the whip.
exactly. And then they just run
where's
in.
the whip?
I got the whip. I got the whip.
Contraction slack. Contraction.
Basically, think of the giant parade, if you will, and all the men, all these priests are just running around whipping people.
I bet they.
It's like when Krampus is walking through town and then he goes around and starts whipping people. It's like that, but for complete opposite reasons.
It's just so bizarre. If we break this situation down, that's some unacceptable
First of all, if
behavior.
you think about it, these whips are fresh skins and hides from these animals. They're thick, they're juicy, they're wet, they're dripping. Like, that's nasty. Like,
Yeah,
when someone got hit, best believe I'm sure there was a splash
yeah,
involved.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Damn.
That shit nasty as
I
fuck.
mean, like I'm saying, like this would not fly right now in our current situation, in our political climate of the day. What is and it isn't acceptable, that would not be on there.
That no, that's definitely not on there. We don't. I don't whip me with a juicy piece of meat.
Well,
That's vile.
It's just wild. The stuff they did back in the day, wild.
But how that turned into the commercialized Hallmark fucking Valentine's, let's exchange flowers and chocolates and I don't know.
Well,
I
because
don't
now
know.
you have to be nice to women to get them to fertile with you, and you can't do that now with whipping them. We
You
can't.
can't just whip women these
well,
days.
not with rotten meat
Not with
anymore.
hunt meat. Definitely not. Definitely not. Maybe some aged meat that's
Oh,
dry.
like a nice pastrami,
Yeah, something
like
super hard salami. What?
salami. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my god. Let me
like
get the super side.
it just blows my mind. Like you have to woo women differently now.
Yeah, yeah, you do. Don't whip women, guys. If
Yeah,
you, the moral of the story is don't go out there whipping people if you
def-
want them to love you.
It's so crazy how out of all the powerful civilizations in the past, it's Rome that really influences us the most.
it is.
Especially with like the words like flora and fauna, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's. I mean, and something I find very interesting is that out of all of the deities and cultures, it's the Roman that like basically looked at what is there as for the what is there. You know, like they didn't have gods of these different natures. No, no, like their gods were the planets that are there, Mars, Mercury. You know what I mean?
hmm they were the more scientific.
They were a little more realistic, I guess, when it came to their um
I feel like the Greeks were
mythologies.
too, though, because the Greeks influenced a lot. Is that
Well,
hmm
the Greeks, I think the Romans came from the Greeks. No,
well? That's what I was gonna say. Which ones, like which, like what? How did that fall?
I feel like
well,
a
the
sect
Greek
of people in Greece was like, "Hey, we're gonna come over here now and make it Rome."
well Greece came from the ancient Minoans, so I think the Minoan civilization was way before the Romans. I think Rome was after Greece, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
Google.
Google it. There you go. And so while she's doing that,
And
you
all of them
want
kind of spun from the Bronze Age collapse anyway.
to, yeah. So talk to me, Roro. Talk to me about effigies and the puppets and the spirit vessels.
Well, would you consider a difference between a puppet or and a effigy?
The Greeks came first,
Yeah.
and to your question, no.
Okay, I mean, so I would say all puppets are effigies, but not all effigies are puppets.
Okay. Yeah, because a puppet is usually used more in like a manipulation sense when effigies would be like can be for manipulation or housing a spirit.
Right. So now, to me, and I'm just speaking on in my practice. Okay. Um, for my practice, I will use and name a puppet similar to how people will see in Hollywood a voodoo doll. You know what I mean? Which I
Right.
literally hate that term, but it's what the masses understand. So my puppet can easily like because I could have a puppet that can have that can house a spirit and everything, sure. But to me, it's the purposes, it's the reasons behind why we're using this that'll make it what it is. So for me, my puppets are my dolls that I make to replicate you. You know what I mean? And you and you and you and you. So and myself. You
You get a
know.
puppet. You get a
You
puppet.
get it right, yeah. I make a puppet out of you, and I make a puppet out of you, and you got a headache because I just snapped your puppet, right? So that those to me are puppets, while the effigies, those are the spirit vessels in the sense where now that is housing either a familiar spirit, an ancestor, or some type of other worldly spirit that you want to conjure and work with. And you know, so when you were to, if you were to conjure one, or like working with deities, you know, this energy would be housed inside this vessel. So, for example, the statues that we buy of Hecate or Hern or Thor and Odin, these statues, like the ones on my altar, the ones on your altars, those would be effigies to me. Okay, these are symbolic representations that will house the spirit of a said spirit. You know, the house the spirit of a spirit, while the puppet will be linked to a spirit. It won't house a spirit, it'll be linked to a spirit, so that way whatever is done to the puppet will therefore be done to the person it is linked to,
Okay,
personally speaking.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. Yep. Mhm.
Hmm. Now,
That's good.
so you okay? A puppet, personal. We agree. Like that's your personal use item. It's a personal use item.
Mhm.
A, an effigy can be a communal item as well, though.
Mhm.
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 So
Think of like the cross of Jesus, or like, you know, the whatever, the symbol of the crucifix, the what is it called, the
crucifix.
the crucifix in a church, right?
Yes.
Where everyone, you know, will look at Jesus's face, thinking Jesus, talking to Jesus, whatever the fuck, like that right there is housing the spirit of Jesus, you know,
Right.
and the exactly everyone in the church, everyone in the communion is using that as the effigy to and as a focal point to work with said spirit.
Doing
Yeah.
the same thing that they speak against.
Yeah. I mean, same thing with the Statue of Mary. You know, like she's an effigy in my opinion.
Yeah,
Heart.
the statues of
Mhm.
anything. You know what I mean? When it comes to, if you have a statue of a spirit, that is the effigy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think.
I mean, but that, with that being said, a statue isn't off the bat an effigy unless it is blessed, consecrated, and worked with as such.
Didn't
Mhm.
they use and burn effigies in during not in bulk the going into summer equinox.
Beltane.
So, you're
Bel-
talking midsummer.
yes, Beltane, Midsummer. Um,
Well, during
yeah,
Sabbats, it is, yeah, it is very common to have some type of effigy involved, whether it is representing, like, if we're wanted to, like if we're talking Imbolc, because Imbolc celebrates, excuse me, that was a burpee. And with that being said, I'm already thinking of the wrong holiday, not Imbolc, Lunasa, because Lunasa celebrates the Celtic god Lu and his mother because of her sacrifice. So there would be burning corn dollies
yes.
for the harvest and to
Mhm.
represent Lou's mother and her sacrifice, and you know, blah blah blah, to pay tribute to that. So there's the effigy in that. There's the effigy during midsummer that could be made of like the green man, if you will, you know,
Mhm.
to represent the horned god. That could also be burned. Um, and even in and like you said in Beltane, they could make effigies to represent the nourishment and nutrients of the earth. It could be a representation of Gaia, the Earth Mother, or a horned deity, you know, like a horned father. And a lot of
Don't
times shit will, yeah, be burned.
don't they do the actual the celebration called Burning Man? Don't they actually
Yeah,
burn
that's what I
something? Yeah.
kept thinking of in my head, but I
Burning
don't
Man.
know. I don't even remember what that represents. Like in
Well,
today's society, I just know it's every year. Everybody goes to Burning Man.
well, I think it represents again like the harvest and the trials and tribulations that like humanity is basically gone through and is basically just put into the
Oh, I
Burning
got
Man.
something here, man.
So when the Burning
It
Man is lit,
represents shrooms because they're all taking shrooms at Burning Man.
are there? Well, I also know it's in the movie where they like literally put humans in the Burning Man. I think it was
Oh,
Midsummer or some shit.
it was like also the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. They had an effigy that the pagans were gonna use,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
also did a thing about Lupercalia.
It's
Yeah,
a,
they
I mean,
did.
I guess it is more widely, thank you, known than I thought. Because, it, you don't think about it till you really start thinking about it. You're like, oh, well, this person, and then this show, and then, oh, there's Burning Man. And, effigies are pretty common actually still.
Hmm.
They're just,
Okay.
I don't, I think it's because of the way we word it. It's like it doesn't link up in my head that that's what, effigy.
I think it's because it's become less spiritual and religious as it is just a thing to do.
Yeah, an event to go to.
Like even in some places they have a maypole, but it's not spiritual.
No, doesn't do the
No,
same. I don't even. They probably don't even realize what they're doing when they're doing it.
they just know it's something that's just been done.
Ring around
Before.
the rosy.
That's horrible.
That's so creepy, and I
Po-
love it.
We
Pocket
used to
full
sing
of posies,
all the time.
ashes,
Huh?
ashes.
We all fall down, and then everybody drops the
Literally. And so, haunted dolls. That would also, in my opinion, be effigies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hmm. Because those are spirit vessels. So to
yeah.
me, I guess the effigy would be a spirit vessel, while the poppet is something that is linked to a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It won't house a spirit. Now, would you guys say it could house a spirit?
I think it could,
mm,
depending.
Hmm. Talk to
Like,
me.
yeah.
Run me through that.
well, like if I make, all right, hypothetically,
Hypothetically,
if one of us makes a corn dolly, right, or well, I guess a corn, that's what came out of my mouth, so we'll just go with that. A representation in that manner with like the arms and the legs, the head, everything, and you put an article of clothing. Like I take a t-shirt from one of y'all and make it a little shirt. And then I put like a lock of your hair on top of its head. And then any jewelry or any blood, and I'm gonna scream tonight. Um, and then something happens to you. Say I have this thing either already working on something or ready and waiting to work, and you happen to like by accident or whatever, then I think in my head I can understand those two kind of linking up. You see what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm.
Whether on purpose or not, I think that like in my head that would be kind of possible. I don't like the silence around that.
You lost me a little bit. You lost me a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so what was redirect the point and housing in the poppet housing the spirit?
I don't remember what the
You
point was.
you want me to kind of break it down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
She's saying that if she was currently working on a poppet for us, had all our different kind of things and stuff, and we fucking kicked the bucket, do you think our spirit could be in
Uh,
some way actually like
Link.
truly like our spirit linked to it?
right.
Because it was like, how we say the spell starts here,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
then you already
Yeah.
have those actions in place
Okay. Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
linking.
would hmm, I would also have to think, but in that situation, how powerful would the soul have to be?
Well, I was also gonna say, what if I would just happen to be there, and I just happen to have that little doll, and I just happen to like dippy dip in the
I
blood.
feel like you
And
killed us.
you
I
fucking
feel like you
smother her.
used this doll and you killed us, and now you're like, now your spirit goes to the doll.
I feel
Like,
like she already has these dolls waiting for when one of us kicks the bucket.
Vibration,
like, like this is sounding a lot like experience. Like,
like premeditation.
right? Like, what's
You
you're
meditating.
like
No.
hypothetical. Pop it, the hair.
You know.
I don't know.
No, I'm just
No.
saying, like that was you asked the question, I was answering. I was just
Yeah. No, yeah, I could so see that in that respect.
it'd be the creepiest thing possible.
It's a good theory. I like it. But
You know how many planets would have to align for that to happen?
yeah, because you have to think how powerful the soul is.
Yeah. Hopefully, pretty
Yeah.
powerful.
So what do you mean by that?
Like powerful, like how not like each soul is different, powerful, but like in essence, like how powerful are souls to begin with? Like, do you think they could be trapped by something like that, or would it have to be like something really like tragic?
Well, I guess it would depend on the energy behind the puppet and the spell. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and for
That
how long and how often you would have to
yeah,
sustain it.
yeah, and that I mean that would be like that. Yeah, that would be. I mean, if one puts in the time, puts in the energy, puts in the power, it's a possibility, 100%.
All
The
I can
odds
say
of
is try.
someone, huh?
All I can say is try it to find out.
Literally. I love Lady Witch how she said that though.
Yeah. I think if somebody was definitely committed, maybe, maybe. Really, who's to say? We come across a lot of haunted objects all the time.
Right.
We don't know intentional from non-intentional right off the bat. Did
Mhm.
somebody intentionally spirit that thing, or did that just happen to happen of its own free will?
Right.
Seems
Due
like
to
a lot of that stuff. It seems like it happens at a pit of trauma.
Yeah,
Like
and a
like
lot of
you.
times, when you're well, first of all, death is traumatic anyway, right?
Mhm.
So, like, I guess there are peaceful deaths, but even then, it's still traumatic for everybody else. So, like,
Yeah.
just involved in death, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's already a shared layer there, and then if you add like whatever else you want to make it that much more traumatic and heartbreaking, then yeah, because that energy is like super potent.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin, do you remember long ago when we made that little charm each of us has of each other?
Yes, I still have it.
Would you consider that an effigy?
I would consider that an effigy because well, I mean, yes. Yes. As many times as I'm over here trying to no. Yes, my final answer is yes because it houses our energies. It houses, if you will, part of our spirits and essence. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I know it could be dead of the night. You know what I mean? Completely ass random. But I know if I were to go and to grab that bag for whatever I'm doing for that additional power and to have your essence and your magic mix in, that basically that essence and the magic within that bag, the spirit will awaken and will do what we created them to do. You know what I
I'm gonna be
mean?
laying in bed. I'm gonna go.
Literally. You're gonna literally wake up and be like, by the power of three, so mote it be.
I'm gonna wake up and call you like motherfucker. I was sleeping. What are you doing over there?
Right. Who are you cursing?
First of all, mind your attitude.
First of all, you're welcome.
But no, I think if anybody put the time, look at how much time and energy we put into just doing silly stuff, and then if you really concentrate, is energy and the mind, like those are also like still undiscovered of every single thing that we can do.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't seem like anything's out of the realm of possibility right now.
No. And the thing is about
Yeah.
effigies and puppet making and all of this is that this shit isn't new. You know what I mean? This shit has been around since humans could create shit. They were doing it when they could draw. They
Hmm.
were drawing the effigies before they were able to create the effigies. And for whatever reasons that are unbeknownst to us in this time, because we can't communicate with the fucking Neolithic people, but we have great educational guesses and hypothesis on why these were created, you know what I mean, and majority of them being spiritually inclined. None of this is new and 100% possible, you know what I mean? And it is literally the human, nay, the witch's birthright to craft to conjure and to create. You know what I mean? So, and when we partner with the spiritual world, sometimes these spirits need an anchor. You know what I mean? And these vessels, these effigies, these whatever, will give them these anchors, like lighting candles for the spirits. You know, that candle is an anchor for that spirit to come. For those who don't have a candle but will have a doll, same thing. You know what I mean? So let me ask you guys something. Unless Cress, you look like you're like in thought right there. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, it's so not relevant though. But I think I just solved a world's mystery. I think you know how we were talking months ago.
No, I don't.
So often.
When so you got to tell me what it was because
Okay.
when Rose started, do you remember long ago? And I'm instantly like, no, I don't. Why do you
Okay.
guys think I remember things?
I'm gonna lead you back.
Okay, lead me back.
Walk with me.
My eyes are closed. Paint me a picture.
Okay, we're walking. All right. Picture it. Sicily, 1922. We were talking about
We
how
were talking in Italy and Sicily in 42.
A
20,
young peasant girl.
a young peasant girl.
I didn't know we knew each other in 1922.
We did. Just follow me. So, so we were talking about these bursts of evolution where things keep like the industrial revolution and that we went this way forever hundreds of years. All we wore was tops and bottoms. We didn't give a shit if we had leaves, if we were naked or not. And then all of a sudden, bam, we started clothes, and then we would put two more clothes, and then we backed off, and then there's the industrial revolution, and bam, 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 bam. And every 5 to 6 years there's like a burst of technological advances, research, da da da. You know what I think it is? Mold from mushrooms, the spores in the air. Because mushrooms, like
Okay, I got you.
psilocybin, like it makes you think. It gives you these ideas, and you're like, shit. When you come down from those ideas, you're like, dude, we should try that. It's right here, and then you do that, and it works. And then da 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 da. And then as things progress and the atmosphere changes because of the other stuff we're doing, it affects the mushrooms, which affects the spores, and the spores get in the atmosphere, and every 5, 6, 10 years, we have this boom in evolutionary technology. I think I just cracked the code, guys.
You know what that reminded me of? Fucking Skyrim Blackreach.
Don't know nothing about that.
I know exactly what he's talking about. Those mushrooms, legit. Those mushrooms are the ones people are tripping off of.
And the
That is,
Dwemer have freaking massive industries, and I think she cracked the code. Skyrim knew all along.
see. Now I'm not gonna lie. There's been times I don't know if this has ever happened to y'all where like you're trying to figure something out and then you go to sleep, you have a dream, and then you wake up, do that, and it like worked, and you're like, what the fuck? So I get what you're saying.
Almost like aliens or mind
Stop,
frames.
dude. I'm so sick of that word alien. Do you know? So we had a blood drive.
Extraterrestrial.
No. It's just we had a blood drive today at work, right? And there's this gentleman at work, and I swear, he just cannot have a normal conversation ever. I don't think I've ever had a normal adult conversation with this grown ass man. And we were talking, me and my coworker were talking about blood, and all the benefits behind it, and all the good things about it, and how we're a bunch of pussies because we hate getting our blood thing, whatever. She donated. Good for her. She's a great human being. She's a great soul. I am a bitch. I don't do needles, and don't look at my tattoos and be like, "Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh."
It's different.
It's so different. I hate when people make that comparison because, like, no.
One's going in the epidermis, one is going in the body.
Yeah, in the
And
body.
one needle you can see, and the other you can't. So
Well, I mean, I'm just saying a needle's a needle, really, if you get down to it. But I get the problem. I'm not needle phobic or whatever the term is.
I am. But no, this fucking idiot then goes and cuts us off and is like, "Do you think anyone has ever donated blood and like an alien was inside of them?" And then I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm talking to an 8-year-old." Well, I'm not talking to an 8-year-old, but there's an 8-year-old next to me while I'm talking to adults in the room. So when he said that, I was just like,
See, I
"Really?"
thought you were going to come out with something actually intelligent. That was dumb.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like this like it's
I mean, we could have
so
the alien DNA talk in the blood. Is
like
already
like there that could have been, but like no, and that's the thing. He purposely doesn't want to have a legit conversation. He's trying to be silly. He's trying to be goofy. But when that's your
No bullshit.
personality 24/7, like I need to have an adult conversation at least at some point. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Or else I don't think you're an adult.
right. I get that
Anyway,
100%.
so when you said alien, it triggered me because me and my coworker were talking about that after it happened. Me, a few of us, and because we were like, because none of us feel like this man is ever serious. And not that we're serious people, because we all goof, you know what I mean? But like no, like you, no one can pinpoint an actual conversation where this man was just 100% there and not, being a goof.
Hmm.
But with all that said, question for y'all: how do you guys have like a special way of creating puppets or effigies or anything like that, or installing things?
I have always either done two ways: use the prefabricated wax poppets, the wax candles, or if I'm actually making a like actual fabric poppet.
Just like,
I've always wanted to try sewing it, but I actually take a square piece of cloth and I put all the ingredients in the middle, and then I kind of take it and make like a little ball. It kind of looks like a comet with a tail, and take string and wrap it, and then I manipulate the edges to make the hands and not feet.
Mhm. Okay, I like that. I like that.
It comes out very rustic, but I love it.
Yeah, I love that's rustic witchcraft is the best witchcraft. Crest.
I use that method really loosely because I don't know. I can draw, but I can't put sticks together, make human. And it comes out looking kind of retarded. Or I put it in everything in a jar.
Yes, I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know a lot of witches who will build their puppets within a jar. I
Mhm.
personally have never done that. I don't think I am creative enough to do that. See, my
Oh,
puppets,
you're
they
creative.
are literally, huh?
It
that's
takes
the
more
man who literally
creativity to
invented
do
the
it the way
vampire
you
curse.
do it than to throw shit in a jar just so I can be lazy and shake it every couple days. You know what I mean? Like, it's more creative to actually design a human than to throw shit in my jar.
Okay.
Calm down. Take credit where credit's given. You're
Real.
very creative.
Talking about he's not creative. Man invented the vampire curse during the last eclipse. Like,
Right. Like, come on. Shut your face.
So anyway, um, what the fuck was I even gonna say? Oh yeah. So my puppets are very backwoods witchcraft puppets. They're four sticks, two and two to like make a cross, and then I take twine and basically make like a human out of it. I
oh
get
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
head, I get the
Hmm.
arm, very
I've done
backwoods
that too.
witchy. Um, my my method though on birthing the puppet or linking the puppet, if you will, just let me lick this, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about that part.
Mm. Talk about it while I do this.
I personally, since mine is so like Catholic mystic saint mixture, I do a baptism. Like in a bowl, it can be holy water from a church. It could be tap water from the sink with a little bit of salt in it, prayed over. I usually say I baptize this poppet as so and so born so and so in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and yeah,
Okay.
and then I usually breathe breath into it, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll either use cigar smoke or just my regular breath, but I usually would say as what do I usually say? As God breathed breathed
Bless, bless, bless,
bless bless
bless.
as God fuck you, as God breathed life into clay, so I breathe life into whatever this is.
Just so you know, you literally made a biblical reference on God making effigy, making humans from effigies. By
Mm-hmm.
the way,
Mm-hmm.
because and that's something I will also bring up. A lot of mythologies go into how humanity itself is was started off as effigy creation. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Even in
so
Santeria, it says that Obatala created humans from
clay.
soil,
Yep.
dirt, clay. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of mythologies go into how we were made out of clay,
Hmm.
and that is another. I mean, and that's something. Okay, getting into that gets us into servitors. You know, those type of
Hmm.
spirits, golems. You know what I mean? They are these spirits that. Okay, so specifically speaking on servitors, golems, creatures like that, right? Where these are spirits that the witch will create. You know what I mean? Out
Hmm.
of all of this magical material, this magical energy, whatever, you know? And it we get all this energy and we build it up to a point that it takes a life of its own, and then we feed it and yada yada from there, whatever, right? So we would create the effigy, you know, the puppet, the whatever, out of clay, out of wood, usually out of some type of natural material, but doesn't have to be. And with that, the spirit is then housed in the spirit is housed in this effigy, which then again it becomes a life of its own. You know what I mean? A spirit of its own.
Hmm.
So, and that is a lot of stories that go into how humanity again was created, how certain spirits were created, everything,
Hmm.
and that's the exact example of the witch's servitor, the witch's golem. You know what I mean? In Jewish mythology, that's not to say that because there's housing spirits that the witches don't create, you know what I mean, because that's not the only spirits that we work with, obviously, but for the servitor conversation,
Nice.
what did I miss?
So, wait, what do you mean?
I feel like you highlighted something and I
I
didn't
did.
just.
He couldn't pronounce or the whatever what he says to his jar and pop it thing, and
uh
she was like, and he's basically the only sober one here, and he couldn't say
Literally,
Yeah.
it.
as
Now,
I'm about to light another thing to make me a little.
I had a thought. Fuck, I had a thought, and it was going to intertwine, and I lost it.
Well, I will say I do love Rowan that ritual of birthing, or creating, linking the puppets. I am going to I'm going to read a little bit on what I wrote on puppets. I am going to emphasize by saying my puppet creation spell is borrowed, if you will, obviously tweaked, made personal, from Silver Raven Wolf spell from her book Solitary Witch, and she has a ritual and a magical spell on linking poppets, and I use that in my own way, though. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So if
Hmm.
it sounds familiar, that's why. Um, let's see here. Um, so I do it with okay, so obviously for me, and when it comes to linking the puppets, I like to cast a magic circle around, and I'll have the energies, the natural energies of air, earth, fire, and water with me. So because just like earth, humans, everything, we are all made out of the four elements. Everything is made out of the four elements. So when creating puppets and linking puppets, to me, you need the four elements to give birth. You know what I mean? So I cast a circle, have all the elements be present. I will have the doll. Usually, I'll make the doll within the circle, along with having some type of tag lock in the doll while making the doll. And then I will go to air, and I will have, whether it's through incense smoke or wind or breathing or whatever the fuck I do, feather, whatever the fuck I do, I'll have air bless and awaken the spirit and link the doll to the person. Then I go to the dirt. I go to the earth. I'll grab some dirt and rub it into the doll, because the air, that's the breath. The earth, that's the physical body. You go to fire, that's the spirit, that's the flow of everything, like the how blood is flowing, that's what's making everything work. Then go to water, which is the blood, the life force, you know what I mean? So you link all that together to basically create a human. And then that's when I breathe into it. I say, and again, borrowed from Silver Ravenwolf. But I'll say, so if I go to air, I'll like waft it in the smoke, and I'll say air links you to the spirit of blah blah blah. Then I'll go to earth links you to, say I'm making a puppet out of crescent, right? Earth links you to crescent moon. Then fire links you to crescent moon. Sprinkle some agua for the blood flow. Or water links you to crescent moon. Then you hold the door, and then you say the bond is forged. The poppet and crescent are now one. The link cannot be broken or undone until I so choose, or in spirit's eyes, the work is complete. And then you breathe onto the poppet, and you say the breath of life around you. Breathe again, the breath of life within you. Breathe again, so mote it be, so what will it be, whatever the fuck. And then from there, you can close the circle, and the puppet is now created and linked to the person. And that is my sense of awakening and linking the doll.
Yeah, it sounds pretty standard. I feel like we all kind of use, well, at least for me, I can agree that I use something extremely similar. But I
Okay.
also read her books also, so that might be why. But it kind of
I
also makes sense.
definitely do like the addition of the more elements.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I feel like the elements play into everything around us anyway, and we are of this earth, so
Yeah.
are the elements. I mean,
Magic itself, witchcraft, is birthed out of the elements. You know what I
right?
mean? Including spirit. And even in all that, you hear air, earth, fire, and water, but even spirit is involved when you start breathing onto the poppet. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, and I at some point I know I'll say something about, darkness or creation was born out of the darkness of nothing, just as I will create this puppet doll that I link to Crescent Moon, blah blah blah, whatever. Um,
So fancy.
Out of nothing you were born, and into nothing you shall return. Ooh.
Nice,
I like that.
nice.
I like that. Um, but now that to me though is specifically for creating puppets, and that I would work on other people.
Mm,
When it comes to housing, creating a spirit vessel to house a spirit, that's a
that's
completely different ritual, and
Yeah.
that is unique to the spirit that we are housing.
yeah.
And who's to say the spirit doesn't like it? So they're like,
Bust
Well,
loose.
and with that, even in the creation of the ritual, you'd have to have that spirit in mind and have that
mhm,
spirit play a role in creation as much as you play a role. Because
mhm,
that's the thing. This really got nothing to do with you when creating a spirit vessel, but more for the spirit that will be lived in that vessel.
Yeah,
mhm.
I I feel like, and I could be 100% wrong. I feel like everybody kind of uses similar stuff, but it's the wording and the execution. You know what I mean? And not to be nosy, but I am nosy. I would love to be a fly on the wall to see people do their things. Not to criticize, critique, validate, nothing. It's like looking at, like, I always like to look at people's houses and see how they live. You know what I mean? Like, what you got going on over there?
Sometimes I
Yeah.
don't. There is a house on my way home. Every time I look in their living room window, they got their fucking Christmas tree and all their Christmas lights still up. And I'm like, it is February. You people disgust me.
They want to hang on to joy, bitch. Let them. Some people can't just be happy. They need a boost. Fuck. Christmas trees are pleasant to look at and they smell good.
That, do they? 4 months later?
If you buy a spray. Anyway, I remembered what I was going to say when y'all were talking about breathing and stuff. I
Mhm.
don't use religion the same way in that blessing than y'all do, or as y'all do. I do the breathing part and the breath work, but it's more centered on that person and that situation. Well, depending on what I say, I don't really ever put religion in mine. But I also, when it comes to putting life in it, I do the same technique and use breath and whatever comes out of my head at the time to say, depending on the person or the situation.
Right, okay.
Mhm.
Maybe it's a Valentine's tree now. It's
Right.
not. It's
Dude,
not.
there's a little tree on the side of the road and they decorate it. And it's like a weak little pine tree that's struggling. It's so cute. It's like a Charlie Brown tree, but they
Oh,
decorate it. They've got all kinds of like every holiday. Like in a minute, it'll be for St. Patty's Day. It's Valentine's now, but
that's a saint I can't get behind.
well, no, no. But I love the trees that are decorated. They're so pretty. I don't.
Yeah,
I feel like you're forgetting. It's struggle 2026, and people just need something.
yeah. My aunt, she got one of those trees that she's gonna have till like fucking 4th of July, basically. And I'm not. To me, if bringing a tree inside makes you so happy, here's a wacky idea: go outside.
I went outside today. I walked, pulled my hip.
All right, don't walk next time. Boom,
I
problem solved.
should have trotted.
You're walking in 2026 as a witch? Yeah, I'm floating.
I was about
Right.
to say, bitch, where's your broom? Oh my god, did y'all see the photo I sent y'all with the license plate that said my other ride
Yeah.
was a broom?
Oh no.
Look, bitch. I
I'm like,
literally was driving and I was like, oh my god, there's a witch in front of me.
where's our? Oh, it's like the second one from the top. No. Oh no, that's not what it's. Oh, okay, I get it now. That's
My
cute.
other ride is a broom.
Yeah.
I love it. It was so cute. I was right behind her and I was like, She
No
also
shirt.
sucked at driving, so I hope she's better on that broom. Oh, did we lose Rowan?
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't do that.
Okay. Well,
What
make sure to
happened?
keep an eye out for him in the background, in the backstage. Yeah, backstage.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Oh,
I
you
got
know.
kicked out.
Okay, I was like, well, I was over here on the chat, so I was wondering if I hit something, but I hit the chat.
Mhm.
That's horrible. And I
So,
just did the same thing again, so I don't know.
before I forget, I wanted to bring up a little something for you, the audience. And that was that we are having a new soap come out soon. So keep an
Soon.
eye out. Excuse me. Along with something else I was gonna say.
I'm trying to think. I knew about the soap.
No, I don't think I was gonna say. I was gonna ask, how would y'all feel? Because we sell male figure and female figure candles
This.
on our Etsy and on the website, right? I think on the website anyway. If not, it's on Etsy. It's somewhere.
I think it's
Um,
yeah.
how would you guys feel about selling those candles without the wick, so they're wax babies and they're wax dolls?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think of that.
I'm also looking or what you think of that in general. Because I was also looking for just male female like in a different version of the same thing so they're very distinct from each other,
Mhm.
but I haven't been successful because they all look like Disney characters.
Yeah, I know. But let us know if you guys would be interested in those type of wax babies. If not, by all means, we are definitely in the route though of looking for some type of poppets to start selling to you guys as well.
Yeah, also because this is how I thought about them because they're
Lady
so
Witch, did y'all see her comment? She
Mhm.
said, I have a shirt that has a mug of a green beer and it says you missed one."
nice.
Period.
um the surface area on those male females is bigger to ride on, and because they are so big they do work for use of the poppet situation because there is so much surface to work for to stick things in and cut
Yep.
things out and whatever.
And they can still be melted if you wanted, like if you have a bonfire going
Yeah,
on. Fucking, if you wanted, throw them right in a goddamn fire, whoosh. I'm just saying, that has worked wonders for me.
yeah.
Mhm. I remember that spell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but it's fine, I get the gist. um I there was something else I thought we were going to say.
I
The
don't
okay,
know.
so the soap is obvious. We need to tell them what kind of soap it is, right? First,
I didn't.
you didn't. Do you not
I
want
didn't.
to?
If you want to, by all means.
Okay. Well, I'm experimenting with a lucky soap. So it'll have a little clover on it, and it'll be a green color of some sort. I haven't nailed down the color. I'm working with a powder dye. So hopefully, we would like to have it out before St. Patrick's Day. Not that we like that motherfucker, but for the purpose of having it out by then.
Yep.
So
Don't forget too that our soaps, what they are called, is literally what they are
cool.
enchanted to do.
Hmm.
So we like our Dragon's Blood and Rosemary protection soap literally protects you, while our Lucky soap, our Lucky Me soap, is enchanted to make your day a bit more luckier.
Yeah, and
So
that's in the works.
So that is coming soon. So keep an eye out. We're gonna be placing an order soon. I think. So we keep your eyes out. Always keep those eyes out on
We
the
got
shop
things
because
going on.
new things are always boom, 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 boom. We're always trying to work on things for you guys. With that also being said, we need a night to discuss because we gotta come out with another live divinations.
Mm, gosh, I miss those.
I know everybody's been yelling at us. So, including some of y'all in this three-way chat right here. So,
I really like them, and I know Rowan does. So I
yep,
don't know
yep,
if
I
I'll do them
know.
often.
So we're gonna have
Everybody
to
went
plan
into a
that out.
black void during the holidays.
Look, it's
Okay,
been
I
rough.
hate the holidays to be quite honest.
I just things keep dying on my side. I keep breaking myself doing normal shit. Threw my shoulder out, putting a shirt on. I went for a 1 mile walk today and pulled my hip something. So I'm limping now. So my dog died, my cats died. I got things going on.
What?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. I don't think he knew about Olive,
I
babe.
didn't tell you about. I'm sorry. It just happened Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, she did fitting. Yes.
No, that's the luckiest day of the year.
Yep. We got her. Well, I sent you the picture. I didn't put it in the group chat, Rowan. I'm sorry. Fun fact, if you did not know,
Fun fact. Not
we're
fun fact.
well, I mean, it made my life easier, and it put some of the despair to the
Yeah.
side. You can call your local funeral home, and they offer pet services. She got a pretty urn, a wooden box kind of urn, a lock of her hair, and a little heart shaped seed bank of wildflowers that you can put in the ground and it'll grow wildflowers.
Do that because I still have wildflowers growing in the back of my shed from when I did that.
It's such a sweetest thing in the world to do.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh God.
yeah, but Olive passed away Friday the 13th at around 3:30 p.m.
She was
Oh
the
my
sweetest baby.
Yeah.
But now you can call her spirit. Use a little bit of that hair if you want. Though
Hmm.
honestly, I have like let me tell you, I got. Does anyone remember Spike, my dove?
I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a feather framed in the spot where we used to like keep Spike, but I also have a jar, my jar full of feathers. But right now, the only feathers in there are like five of his dove feathers, or like even like more than that. But I hate using them because each one I use is the one that goes, and I don't want to do that. So I have like I have other feathers that I find, you know what I mean, and that I
Yeah.
use. And it's
Especially
just
out
anytime I go and then I like think about using one of them, I'm like, I don't need to.
Yeah.
Unless it's personal spells. Like flight spells, depending on the occasion and the like need, like do I want to fly or do I need to fly? You know what I
Right.
mean? I'll use one of his feathers.
That makes sense.
Because our animals, and I swear all our animals in life, in death, can be called on.
Hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's kind
but
of
that's
like it's like plant spirits, when you have a garden and you actually grow rosemary and get to know rosemary's spirit like that. It's way better than if you never owned rosemary and you're just using it from the shelf. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
if you've had a dog, it's easier to work with those spirits of dogs rather than if you've never had a dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even fish.
Yeah, fish, birds,
Anything,
snakes.
really.
I need a snake so bad.
Anyway. Um yeah, it's been a mess. The holidays weren't so awesome. They
Mm-mm.
weren't as awesome as they could have been. And then, I don't know. Everything just feels weird now.
Well, I always say that it's good to recognize when you're at the bottom of the wheel because now is when things are going to start turning up.
I hope so. Because I'm tired of me being tired. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I'm tired of even me being tired.
Just, it's awful. And the house feels so freaking weird. Like it's got that weird, you can tell she's not here vibe still. I thought that would go away after a day or two, but
Oh no, babe,
it,
12 years.
It doesn't.
no,
Yeah.
it doesn't. That energy is just not here anymore. That light ambient of her walking around, moving around, the occasional she's jumping or playing with the cat, like that's gone. And it is wild how silent and kind of sad that is.
hmm
I
That's
But you
one
mean,
of the reasons after
know how
Sassy
to fix
passed.
that?
I'm not getting a puppy.
Well, exactly. I was about to say, think, do I want a new puppy? And then be like, no, the fuck I don't. And that's how you fix that. You'll be like, all right, now I feel better.
I
Because
don't want anything for a while. We need a break. We need to just chill.
no, see, I am done. I am done. Like when I tell you guys I'm done, when my cats go, I
Oh,
am
I'm
done.
not getting another cat. I was a dog. I'll entertain that idea. A fish.
Look,
I'll entertain that idea. A
I'll
cat.
entertain the cat idea for the shop. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
having a cat at my house.
Shop cat. The
I will have a shop cat,
manager.
but I will not have another cat like that comes to the house. And I've always said I would not even have a dog unless it's in a situation where there's a doggy door. They can go in the backyard where it's enclosed, and I can go and clean up on my time. I don't
Yeah.
have to walk the dog. There's no winter, so there's no 2 feet of fucking nothing I gotta walk through and trudge through to walk some dumbass four-legged animal.
She's not a dumbass four-legged animal.
They're all dumbass four-legged animals. I love them all with my heart. Y'all have no idea. I'm one of the biggest animal lovers.
He loved Olive.
No, literally, I don't listen to my mouth. Okay, my mouth is not what this heart actually says or feels.
I don't.
However, all animals, even Phoebe, dumbass four-legged fucking animal. Because why? First of all, Prue, why did you have to go missing for 2 weeks? That was
First of
stupid.
all,
That was
Phoebe is
stupid.
not a cat. She's a human.
I don't know if she's a human. She's a
I'm
witch.
telling you, she shifts during the night.
She's a witch. She's definitely not a cat. I don't think she's a human. She's definitely just
Definitely
something.
knows how to manipulate you.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a familiar. She's a witch. She's a combination of everything.
Literally. She's that's how like when I think of Phoebe's spirit, I think of has anyone seen Mayfair Witches? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Crash, you know what I'm gonna talk about what I say. But Ro, have you ever seen Mayfair Witches?
No.
Okay. Cress, the familiar spirit. What's his name? Lasher. You know
Lasher.
how Lasher is everything and nothing.
Yep.
That is Phoebe.
Yeah. I
Phoebe
agree.
is Lasher. She's my Lasher. Can you
Mhm.
explain that to Rowan?
The Father, the Son, and the
Think
Father, the Son,
think
and all in
Baphomet. You
one.
know how Baphomet is everything.
Yeah. Like
That is Phoebe.
he can have two hands, he can have five hands. He can be with you and with someone else. He can do this, he can do that. He can move things, but you can't touch him. Like he's everything.
Nothing.
And with you all the time. Like you just have to he has just you just call him. And he's
Yeah. What
energy.
is it? Admi veni mihi labora.
Sure. Sounds about right.
That's literally our money spell. First of all.
Add me Vinny, yes.
Yeah.
Add me on Venmo.
Admi on Venmo. Y'all.
Find me on Fee Finder.
Cash out me $20.
I'm off. If I know.
I gotta get off.
Hey, lovers.
In a minute.
Bought me
Oh,
$5.
God. All right. All right. Is this a good time to wrap up?
Yeah.
All
An
right.
hour and 19 minutes.
All right. Well, this was fun. Honest to God, this was amazing.
Yeah, we do need to get that divination sesh going.
Yeah.
Sooner than
Well,
later.
do you guys want to do that like this week, the end of this week?
We could do that. I have dinner with Dad on Friday. We could
I
do.
work Saturday,
Oh,
but I get out at 5.
Ooh, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to close the weekend.
so let's aim for next week.
Okay. Perfect.
We'll get back to y'all on that shortly.
Okay, yeah, keep an eye out. We'll post an announcement video to let y'all know before. We won't keep just popping up randomly.
Yeah, that was our bad. All
Yeah, our bad.
right, y'all have a good night. Sayonara. Say bye.
Goodbye,
Cheese.
guys. Happy Dark Moon.
I still didn't hit the button.